For everybody in your party. Once you all find your seats, please take your seats. Now, children are more than welcome to sit on laps, so we've got to stay seated. That being said, this is a very rough and rugged terrain. Hold on to all personal belongings. If anything falls out of the vehicle, let me know, and I will let the reserve one. So we'll come back to you as soon as we can. Last but not least, please use your indoor voices. Loud voices tend to scare the animals and the driver, and I spook easily, so please use your indoor voices. Okay, we're going to start on the right-hand side. We're going to be talking about the okapi. Now, the okapi is a very shy and reclusive animal. First one wasn't even spotted until 1901 by Western explorers. Then more recently, the first baby okapi wasn't spotted until 2016, so they are really good at blending in. In fact, they are so good at blending in, baby okapis do not defecate. That means they do not go poop the first 2 months of life, so they don't get spotted by any predators. Up on the hillside there, on your left-hand side, you can see there's a pair of saddle-billed storks. Male storks have brown eyes, female storks have yellow eyes, and the pair likes to mate for life. Now, they are not songbirds. They do not sing love songs to each other. So how do these two tell each other they love each other? Well, they rattle their bells. Left-hand side, these are the black rhino. Black rhinos are extremely territorial. They like to live all by themselves, except for mamas and babies. So they have no natural predators out here in the wilderness, but humans have poached them to near extinction. Up on the hillside, all the way up on the hillside there, the red antelope is called a bongo. Bongo's nicknamed the ghost of the forest since they are so rarely seen. The reason why is because they are well equipped for living out here. They got short little legs to help them speedily through the forest, and their horns are tilted towards their backs. Then you have the great kudu, that's the tan antelope. Those are female great kudu. They do not have horns, the males do. Females actually like to live in small herds of their best of friends, while the males like to wander in the wilderness by themselves. Now our next stop here is a sophie. A sophie is a river against the forest edge, and lots of animals call this home. But humans are mining and during mating seasons. There are colonial nesters, which means they nest in very large groups, about 20 to 500 in a nesting group. Left-hand side, these are the Nile hippopotamuses. Now we do in fact have a group of hippos here. A group, hey guys, make sure our children are staying on laps or in their own seats, but we do need to make sure we're staying seated. Thank you. A group of hippos is called a float. Now they are nocturnal animals. They do most of their activity at night. They'll come up out of the water and they'll graze against the water's edge. And they are hungry hippos. They eat about 80 to 90 pounds of food a day. When they're done, they'll head back into the water. Helps them stay nice and cool out here in the African sun. They're like one of the largest crocodiles here in Africa. They are 16 feet and 500 pounds. Tree of Life, which is the icon here at the park, is the Tree of Life. So it's a baobab tree. The reason why they are called the Tree of Life, well, is because it holds water inside of its bark. So during seasons of no rain, animals can eat the bark and get water. Water equals life, so therefore it's called, yep, you got it, the Tree of Life. I'll be right back, folks. I'll be right back. On your right is the Hartman's Mountain Zebras and the elands. So we've got a couple of animals to look up there. We're going to talk about those Hartman's Mountain Zebras. Now, Hartman's Mountain Zebras like to live in herds. A herd of zebras usually contain about one male stallion and 2 to 3 females. So that's a herd. A herd of zebras is called a dazzle. The reason why they call them down because they groups of them. Now they are wide range hunters and they need lots of space to hunt. But their space is becoming smaller due to human needs and they are a rare sight to see. Now these are painted dogs. They are part of the canine family. They are dogs. They're not hyenas. Hyenas are part of their own family called the Hyenidae and they are not related. Here, she is a dainty 600 pounds. We can tell she's the female. She's a little bit lighter in color. She also has very long horns. He is the male back there. He's a darker color and he has shorter horns. And that's how you tell those two apart. Now these zebras here, when you're looking at them, are these zebras black with white stripes or are they white with black stripes? Can anybody tell me? It's a 50-50 chance. There's a couple of guesses. If you said black with white stripes, you are correct. Now the reason why they're black with white stripes is because their noses are black and the tips of their tails. Bucks get their name from the ability to spring forward 13 feet and then up 6 feet. And they can do it repetitiously, which means they don't gotta stop to keep on springing. They are lovingly known as the s'mores of the savannah because they're graham cracker tops, they're chocolate middles, and they're marshmallow bottoms. Left-hand side, these are the giraffes. We do have a group of giraffes here. A group of giraffes is called a tower. The reason why they call them a tower is because they tower over everything, being the tallest 8 feet tall. Even their babies are tall. Baby giraffes do stand at 6 feet tall when they're born. Now, giraffes do spend the majority of their time eating. Their tongues are prehensile. Prehensile means they can grasp something like a hand or a finger. Their tongues are so long. They're about 17 to 20 inches long. That's it. Hey guys, make sure our children are staying seated at all times. Thank you. We're actually not going to talk about them. We're actually going to talk about the animal on the left. On the left, these are mandrill monkeys. Now, mandrill monkeys are shy monkeys. They live deep inside the forest in very large social groups, about 100 in their family. The male mandrill, he's got a very colorful face and colorful backside, and he is the largest monkey on planet Earth. He gets up to 100 pounds. Elephants are the second longest to reach adulthood. It does take them 15 years to fully mature into an adult. Next to humans, 18 and then more. But they do beat us in pregnancy. An elephant is pregnant for 22 months. It means they're pregnant for 2 very, very long years. Before they give birth to a baby that's already 250 pounds, they are the world's longest pregnancy.
Okay, not ready anymore, right?
Right.
Are you gonna get my stuffed animal after this?
Looks like we're gonna stop for these ducks. That's okay. There we go. Don't cross. Don't go across.
Holy
Don't
moly.
go across. Okay, that works for me too. Actually, a keystone species. Some of us might know what a keystone species is. I'll explain here.
No.
Keystone species means they are essential to the environment. If the baobab tree did not exist, neither would anything here. It would not exist too. They are keystone. What makes them a keystone species? Well, they hold on to so much water. Depending on the size of the tree is how much water they can hold, and they can hold up to 40,000 gallons of water. You know, water is pretty essential to me. It's very essential to this environment. On the left-hand side here, these are greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are the lightest shade of pink of the flamingo family. And on your right, these are little springboks, a little bit closer here. Now, there are some flamingos that are gray in color here. They're adolescents. They are still children. When they're born, they are very small and all gray in color. And as they mature, they start to lose the gray feathers. Last place they lose their gray feathers is the tops of their adorable little heads. Now, sometimes we see more elephants. White rhinos are much more sociable than black rhinos. These guys like to live in herds. A herd of rhinos is called a crash. Now this crash here, this is a crash of mommies and babies. Mommy rhinos get pregnant every 4 to 5 years, and they are pregnant for 18 months. When that baby is born, that baby weighs 88 pounds, and they can weigh about 8 to 9 pounds a day. Now the white rhino is the largest rhino in Africa, weighing in at 6,000 pounds. On the left-hand side here, we got some cheetahs prowling around here. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal.
You see the cheetah up there?
They do go 0 to 60 within 3 seconds. Now they are built for the need for
there's one right
speed.
here. Look at
They have elongated spines. They got lean muscles. They got long tails for balance, and their claws are always out for traction. Even though they are built for the need for speed, they actually can't keep their speed up for very long, for about 200 to 300 meters, which is 2 football fields. They're a non-migrational antelope. They stay by a permanent water source. They drink an abnormal amount of water, and they secrete oil from their skin that makes them super smelly and waterproof, and that's why they call them a water buck. Now the water bucks here, they actually have little they have little bullseye butts. The little bullseyes on their hindies are actually ways for them to follow each other at night. They can see their hindies as they're walking. They can also smell them as they're walking too, so they have that really good smell.
The lions are. I don't see them.
They don't just make burrows, they also borrow and steal them too. There's lots of ostriches again. They're hanging out, they're just all walking around doing much. Alright, on our right hand side, down on the ground on the right hand side, we are going to see some ostrich eggs laying there. Now ostrich eggs are so strong that adult human can stand on them, and they do not break. The reason why is because while ostriches actually weigh around 300 pounds, they are very large animals. And they got to support all that weight sitting down on top of them. That can be found around the world. Farmers use them for their sweet milk that you can drink, or turn into cheese, or even skincare products. And they're easy on the land. They do take up less. You can help by donating to the Disney Conservation Fund at any merchandise location here at Animal Kingdom. Now all donations are matched dollar for dollar by Disney, and they do directly go to a foundation that we support. Upon donating, you may receive a Conservation Hero button. So while you're here at Animal Kingdom, please donate today to the Disney Conservation Fund and help these wild animals at their wild places. Now there is of course a long-term way to help too. You can remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reducing your day-to-day waste like your food waste, recycling things properly like rinsing containers out and putting them in the recycling containers. And also upcycling, taking something old and making it new can help these wild animals and their wild places too. Now my name is Catherine. I am from LaGrange, Illinois. And I don't like to say goodbye, so instead I say Kwaharini. Kwaharini means to go well in Swahili. So Kwaharini everyone, go well and go wawa here I am Kingdom. Now if you're a wilderness explorer, you've been traveled on Simba 1. That's right, wilderness explorers, this is Simba 1. That's page 14 of the wilderness handbooks. Alright, watch your hands, arms.